incredibly complex. This is not something to be taken lightly. We're talking about human life. There's nothing on this world more sacred.
Give us the coolest field, right? Yeah. Has everybody been to the field? Yeah. You know what it looks like? Yeah.
He's going to be our leader.
Why don't you be our leader?
No way. I don't have enough experience.
I never done shit.
We can stagger the group of boards.
Yeah, I'm a newbie.
I'm a newbie.
We're all.
Just move from cover to cover. When you feel like you have cover, bring a group up behind you to the next cover. When they feel like they have that cover secured, then we'll just keep moving, leapfrogging like that.
Spread out, and we'll just start walking across staggered. You guys are good over there. You can spread out about 20 yards from us. Stay in your diamond. You guys got your diamond about 20 yards that way. We're gonna go straight across the field, okay?
Okay, roger that.
Move out. You want to take it? You got the back of the diamond.
All right, real quick. What happened, Jeremiah?
Just a bunch of disorganization. You know, didn't really know how to communicate well, didn't know how to flow as a team. Left ourselves out in the open. Didn't move to cover since we
How do you think movement was to the field?
Probably crappy too, to be honest. Disorganized, bunched up. A bunch of us would have been picked off all at once.
So you recognize a lot of bad things that was from that. Anybody else feeling like it's strange being that tight, bunched up? Maybe this may not be a good idea, but it's kind of what's going on, so let's go with it. You know, it just takes too much effort to really change it right now. What about when we got the field and they started shooting?
We just pretty much hung out.
What was, I want to know, Dave, what was your thought process when they started shooting?
We'll keep an eye on that flank over there to make sure we don't get pinched in, and then after that I just kind of know what the hell to do.
Trying to figure out what to do?
Yeah.
Was anybody thinking, what do I do?
Yeah.
Right, like immediately like, okay, he's shooting, what do I do? I don't know. I know I need to shoot back, that's obvious. Guy shooting at you, shoot back, that makes sense. We could do that. But then there was a lot of folks just on a knee and standing up and walking around while people were in covered and concealed positions shooting at you. Sound dangerous?
Yeah.
Very. We can't do that. There's only one thing when you're caught out in the open like this that you can do to stop bad guys and keep bad guys dead and keep the good guys alive, and that's extreme boldness and violence of action. That's the only tactic that you have. It's just 100% violence of action. Get on top of them, put bullets in them, boots in their face, that kind of thing. And that's one thing of what we're going to be covering out here, where you're going to look back at this right here, what just happened right there, tomorrow afternoon, and be like, holy crap, we would have got smoked. You know, if you've got good, if the guys that were the bad guys were good shooters and they could hit really well, very accurate, I would say you'd probably easily lose half right there and that right there, maybe even more, if they didn't make a decision to get away and start pushing back. It's hard to really tell right here because we're using blanks for that, and they didn't actually take casualties. So, you know, they might have just had to break contact and leave dead bodies or hurt buddies there to stay alive. We don't want that to happen, and that's why they're here, to learn how to do that. We move these magazines over to the left-hand side. It's a lot easier to get to.
And then I was with 1st Battalion, 5th Marines. Served as an 0311. Got corporal when I got out. Got to pump to Afghanistan myself.
Communication. Is it going to be just that patrol leader or those team leaders initiating any kind of head and arm signals? Anybody can, right?
Finding what each group, what each student, what each class needs to make them be better. And it's not about stroking egos. It's about getting better at what we're doing. It's about being able to survive if something bad were to happen. And sometimes being nice to people doesn't work that way. You can teach a monkey how to run a gun. It's a little bit more difficult to teach someone how to think. You know, thinking tactically, where they make the right decisions with the right information and able to get that information and interpret that information. A little bit more difficult than running a gun.
Your mission that you went out to do was successful. Would you have been able to do that very first day when we met up over there and we parked our vehicles and we told you to get out and you said, hey, there's some bad guys over there. Would you be able to do it as effectively?
Absolutely.
So to see you guys come from where you came to where you are now in 2 freaking days is amazing.
Yeah, there's absolutely no replacement for out here getting the training, asking the question as it happens in the process, and, you know, getting the answers. And you can't see that in a YouTube video. You just can't get it.